watching you get sucked in. 22 minutes after the hour, eat more, exercise less, and still lose weight. Probably sounds too good to be true, but our next guest says it's possible if you count calories, if you count your calories correctly anyway. Jonathan Baylor is the author of The Calorie Myth. Good morning, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me.
And as a lot of people are trying to lose weight in the new year, you have an acronym that we can go by as we're picking our foods. SANE. What does it stand for?
SANE, satisfying, unaggressive, nutritious, and inefficient foods. We need to eat more of these foods to heal our body rather than starving and depriving our body.
So you say a calorie is not a calorie is not a calorie. It's not all the same. And if we're eating very healthy foods, it makes us feel good, and then we're going to eat less of the junk.
Exactly. We want to fill our lives with so much good stuff in general that we don't have room for the bad stuff. The same thing applies to food, and frankly, that's what everyone did prior to this obesity epidemic. They just ate things found in nature until they were full, and we didn't have an obesity epidemic.
Almost like the caveman diet. Let's take a look at some of the foods that you brought in, these examples here. Why are these good?
So these non-starchy vegetables, nutritious proteins, whole food fats, and low fructose fruits, they provide us with the most of things we do need. So things that are essential for health and well-being. They fill us up, they help us re-regulate our hormones, they heal our gut, and they're delicious. So it's sustainable and enjoyable. So we want to eat so much of these that we're just too full for toxic, processed, food-like substances, which actually cause us to eat more.
So if you're looking at the back of a label, a nutrition label, do we need to look for high fiber? Is that what we're looking for?
Good news is a lot of these foods don't even have nutrition labels. Right? Foods you find directly in nature, actually on this plate, the only thing is our canned salmon that has a nutrition label on it. If you need an instruction list to determine if a food is healthy, chances are it isn't healthy.
Okay, and we really ought to be eating a lot of protein, and that helps with our muscle growth, and as we have more muscle, then we don't have to work out as much, because just sitting there, we're going to burn calories.
Protein does so many underappreciated things. For example, just eating certain doses of protein can cause us to burn hundreds, literally hundreds more calories per day through a process called muscle protein synthesis, or literally rebuilding our body from the inside out.
Okay, and that goes for women too. I think a lot of times women are hesitant about building muscle mass, but then you can eat more.
Women in this country have been so poorly served by nutrition and exercise guidance. Eating protein, doing weight training, things traditionally only thought of as what men should do, apply as much, if not more, to women.
Keep it tight, keep it right.
Absolutely, absolutely.
How bad are processed foods for us, really?
We shouldn't even think of them as foods. They're not something that our body was designed, or, depending on your belief system, evolved to handle. These are the cause. Fundamentally, look at any culture around the world. As they move away from whole foods found in nature to processed edible products, no matter how tightly they count calories, no matter how much they exercise, they end up overweight and diabetic. We are meant to eat food. If we eat food, we stay healthy and fit accidentally, and if we don't, we become heavy and sick.
And bottom line, you say if you eat 500 calories of potato chips, not the same as if you eat 500 calories of salmon and spinach, say something that's nutritious.
And that's why we have to free ourselves from these calorie myths, because the key is food quality. But if we think about calorie quantity, we'll never focus on the right thing.
Jonathan, thank you so much for your time. Great insight, especially as people are trying to lose some weight.